I discovered that my mother had secretly emailed my boss, planting lies about my performance right after I landed my dream promotion. And she grinned like she hadn't ruined my life. I sat at my desk in downtown Manhattan, the winter wind pressing against the office windows, and stared at the email chain on my phone. My hands shook as I scrolled through her messages. Accusations, exaggerations, subtle manipulations carefully crafted to make me look incompetent. All the long nights I'd spent preparing presentations, all the weekends sacrificed for extra projects, all the late evenings spent studying trends and analyzing data, sabotaged by the one person I thought was my biggest supporter. She said I'd thank her later, I whispered to myself, disbelief twisting in my gut. Growing up in a quiet suburb outside Chicago, my mother had always presented herself as supportive and nurturing. She attended every recital, cheered at every sports game, and praised every success. From the outside, we seemed like the perfect family. But behind closed doors, there was always manipulation. Every choice I made was questioned. Every friend I trusted was subtly undermined. Every success was minimized. While she smiled and nodded at school achievements, she whispered about the dangers of ambition, planting seeds of self-doubt that I would carry well into adulthood. By 28, working as a marketing analyst in New York City, I had learned to navigate her subtle traps. I balanced 2 offices and multiple freelance projects, constantly striving to prove my worth in a hyper-competitive environment. Yet, despite my efforts, I still thought this time would be different. That she wanted me to thrive. I was wrong. After years of relentless effort, I finally earned the promotion I had dreamed of. It was more than just a title, it was a validation of every sacrifice I had made. I celebrated quietly with close friends in a small Chelsea coffee shop, savoring the feeling of independence and achievement. My mother had called earlier that day, claiming she was so proud of me, and I had believed her. But subtle changes began almost immediately. Emails went unanswered, meetings that once went smoothly became tense. Colleagues acted strangely, and whispers in the hallway suggested I had mishandled a project. Something was off, but I couldn't put my finger on it. Or so I thought. Late one night, after returning from a client dinner, I noticed a notification on my phone. A forwarded email thread, my mother's emails to my boss, detailing fabricated mistakes, exaggerating minor errors, and subtly questioning my professionalism. The calm before my storm shattered. I realized that every achievement I'd celebrated had been threatened behind my back. I confronted her at home that weekend, pacing in the small kitchen of our apartment in the Upper West Side. "Mom, why would you do this? Why sabotage me after everything I've worked for?" She tilted her head, the perfect mask of concern on her face. "Sweetheart, I only wanted to protect you. New York is dangerous. I didn't want you to fail. It's a tough world, and I knew you weren't ready." Her words were like daggers. Protection? This wasn't protection. This was control. Every late night, every presentation, every client I had convinced, every project I had led, minimized and twisted to maintain her influence over me. "You'll thank me later," she whispered, as if her betrayal was a gift. I wanted to scream, to shake her, to make her see the chaos she had created in my life. But instead, I felt the first flicker of clarity. I couldn't let her define me any longer. The next several weeks became a meticulous game of strategy. I archived every email, saved every chat, documented phone calls, and collected evidence of her manipulation. I contacted HR discreetly, presenting my proof in a calm, composed manner. Meanwhile, my mother called incessantly, leaving long, emotional messages, pretending to worry about my well-being. I didn't answer. Each attempt she made to guilt me back into submission failed, and I could feel the power dynamic shift. In one moment, sitting in my small studio apartment overlooking the Hudson River, I realized I no longer feared her. I had cultivated the strength to protect myself. The narrative she had tried to write about me, incompetent, fragile, incapable, was no longer hers to control. Then came the day I received confirmation from HR. My promotion and role were secure, with a warning issued to anyone who attempted interference. My mother's calls went unanswered, and her influence over my professional life dissolved. Finally, I confronted her in person. We sat in a quiet cafe in Greenwich Village, the hum of coffee machines and chatter around us contrasting the tension between us. "You've tried to control my life for years," I said, voice steady. "I won't let you dictate my future anymore." She tried the usual tactics: tears, guilt trips, claims of love and protection. But I stayed calm. I spoke with conviction, outlining boundaries that were non-negotiable. "I appreciate advice, not sabotage. You don't get to decide my life for me anymore." She blinked, stunned. For the first time, she couldn't manipulate, charm, or guilt me. I had claimed my independence not with anger, but with composure and moral clarity. The power had shifted entirely. Months later, I moved to Chicago, starting a senior marketing position at a company that valued me, my work thriving without interference. I finally had the freedom I had longed for. My mother tried reaching out, offering apologies, claiming to want reconciliation. I didn't respond. My peace was more important than her hollow words. The silence that once hurt now felt like liberation. I had boundaries, independence, and the knowledge that my achievements belonged to me. I didn't destroy her. I simply stopped letting her destroy me. And for the first time, success felt truly mine, untainted, undisturbed, and fully earned.